Order of the Solar Temple, 1984. Foundations, Beliefs, and Leaders, Jenny DeSantis. 8 Characteristics in Joining, Kyle Gallagher. History and Current Status, Nolan Kruger.
The beliefs and practices of the Order of the Solar Templar include that they were the heirs to the Knights of Templar, life on Earth was an illusion and will end, the cult was preparing for the end of Earth, and they believed that the world would end due to volcano eruptions. They believed in reincarnation and rebirth on a planet on the star Sirius. Reincarnation could only be achieved by the sacrifice of your own life to be consumed by fire. It was French-based and initially developed in Geneva, Switzerland, based in Canada, France, and Switzerland, and it was divided into 3 major groups, sectioned off by how much money they donated. More practices. They had foundations in astrology, medieval legends, and Christianity. They practiced through guided meditations, prayers, and chants, and focused around elements of fires. Their leaders acted as Christ-like saviors and divine prophets, and practiced knighting ceremonies and Eucharistic meals. They had 2 leaders. The first is Joseph de Mombro. He was the mastermind, Christ-like leader of OST. He was French and Swiss and part of the AMORC. He claimed that his children were conceived without sex, and he preached his divinity to pledge cult members' allegiance to the cult. It is said on many sources that his life, like many other cult leaders, remains partially a mystery. The second leader of OST was Luc Jouret. The second leader was obtained later in the initial development of the cult. He was born in Belgian Congo and was a co-founder of a European party. He was known as a neo-Nazi and had a doctorate which added to his overflowing charisma. He was the speaking leader that drew in members, while de Mombro was the mastermind behind the cult.
Some of the characteristics that this cult displayed that made them a dangerous cult were the leaders manipulated the members to do unethical and illegal things, such as killing a 3-month-old baby, as they believed it was the Antichrist. The leaders offered a solution to a societal problem. They believed that the world was going to end due to ecological imbalances that were caused by humans. And they believed that in order to purify themselves and save themselves, they needed to die by fire. The members were fairly isolated from society. They lived in church-like buildings, which they later burned when it was their time to be saved or die. Members were forced to commit suicide/die in rituals, and the leaders took money from the members and used it for personal gain. Why did people join? They wanted to be part of the chosen people, part of a group of elite people. They felt superior to others. They felt like they were awake to what was actually happening in the world, and other people were ignorant to that. And they also felt like they had a life purpose. The order was also derived from more established orders, and they wanted to be part of the elite people of those older orders.
In 1978, de Mombro established the Golden Way in Geneva, Switzerland, basing his group in part on the mythology and beliefs of the Templar Knights. The Templar Knights were a Christian group in 12th, 13th century revolving around the Crusades. Jouret gave talks in Switzerland and France and Canada to attract new members. De Mombro worked with the finances. On October 4th, fires were set off the next morning. Investigators were baffled when 48 people were dead, including leaders which needed the cult's power. The cult is no longer practicing because most or all of the members and leaders have killed themselves with fire, so there is no current activity.